We are introducing new legislation on Thursday entitled the State Sector and Crown Entities Reform Bill. This bill provides for stronger oversight of the pay for chief executives and conduct of Crown Entity Board members. We believe that these changes will bolster the public's trust and confidence in Crown entities, which are often the face of government. This government is particularly committed to raising pay levels for those on low and middle incomes, but there is a high level of public concern that the levels of pay for the highest paid chief executives is excessive. In some cases, Crown entity boards have not met either the State Service Commissioners or Minister's guidance. These changes will address those cases, in particular by giving the remuneration system more teeth. Our view is the public expects this level of accountability and transparency, and these requirements don't apply to Crown entities in the same way that they do to other parts of the state sector. These changes mean boards of statutory Crown entities will need to obtain the State Services Commissioner's written consent for the terms of conditions of employment for a chief executive. I'll hand over to the Minister to talk in a bit more detail about the content of that bill.
Thank you, Prime Minister. As the Prime Minister has indicated, the bill is the most noticeable change made by the bill is around the Chief Executive remuneration. It will require the State Services Commissioner to consent to the remuneration for Crown entity chief executives. That brings them into line with some Crown entities. So, for example, universities and DHBs already require the consent of the State Services Commissioner, but others don't. So that will change, and the State Services Commissioner will now have greater jurisdiction. It also brings the chief executive terms and conditions into line with those within the broader public service. So it makes them 5-year appointments, whereas at the moment they are not. The new bill will give the State Services Commissioner the power to set a code of conduct for Crown entity boards. This is in line with international developments around board accountability and conduct, and this bill will allow that to happen as well. And then the other major change that it makes is it brings the State Services Commissioner's powers of inquiry into line with the Inquiries Act. So it makes it consistent with the law that Parliament has already passed, without the need for the Commissioner to come back to the ministers to seek power for every individual investigation that the Commissioner may wish to undertake.